Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. How you guys doing? The news about Hilal, the news about Fluminense defeating Inter, defeating Man City respectively was a shock to the whole world of football. Now, because why? These are teams that we thought actually that when they are meeting with these European giants, they don't have a chance. They don't have a chance. Just like PSG against MLS, they don't stand a chance. But now, with the performances and the results that are coming up now, you now begin to wonder what's happening, because now European teams are just like the biggest uh, teams, the biggest team playing in Europe. I think we rate them beyond any team from every other continent, just like Africa, South America, Asia, and the rest. But it's not like that. Football is something different. Now, you get what you get. Anything you play for is what you get. Now, kudos to Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva has been growing like a wine that stays long and it becomes sweeter. No, the longer the berry, the sweeter the juice. You understand? That's saying exactly what Thiago Silva is. And I can recommend that anytime that you want to get a mentor for a defensive role, anytime you want to get a leader, somebody that you can have in your corner, or somebody who can be like, if you are a player who you are looking for somebody to be looking up to, please, Thiago Silva is still alive. Watch his clips. This guy is just a leader in every aspect of the department of the pitch. He is just a leader. Look at how he has been performing as if he's 25 years of age. So kudos to Thiago Silva. I don't know how he's doing it, because now in Europe, nobody will want to sign a player who's like even 30, anything from like 30, 32, you are on your own. Anything like 32. But because now they believe that you cannot deliver. But Thiago Silva is defying this odd. He's defying this odd with his performance. And then before, when he wants to leave Chelsea, I was like, okay, now if it's possible for the club to retain him, even if he's not playing, imagine his experience. Imagine the experience he brings to that defensive backline. You understand? And all these small players having to look up to somebody in the team like Thiago Silva. You understand that it's going to really do them a very good favor. You understand? Look at player like Trevor Chalobah. Look at Kowi. Most of our defense, they can have Thiago Silva as their somebody to look up to. You understand? To give them guidance and everything. That's what we need in the club. Kudos to Thiago Silva. Kudos to Fluminense, and then for beating Inter. Inter have not been doing well. Something seems to be wrong with the club. In fact, we thought that after losing that Champions League final, maybe they will have recovered. But yesterday, they still beat them black blue. Imagine a team from Brazil. Now, the funny thing is, if you look at Fluminense not be team where they top 4 save for Brazil League. Fluminense is a team that I think they are currently 6th in Brazil standing table. They are 6th. And then look at the performance that these people are bringing up to Club World Cup. It's just insane. It's just insane. So kudos to them. Kudos to Fluminense for beating Inter Milan. And then just as if we are having a double dose, I didn't even watch Man City match, to be fair. I didn't watch their match. But, opening my phone and seeing that scoreline, I haven't thought it was maybe penalty. I thought maybe they played up to like penalty stage, this penalty spot now decided the match. It wasn't. They were scoring each other. Like, I fear for Man City. No, now the thing is, we used to underrate this Saudi team, like their Champions League, of course, like we say, because it's not Europe, and then most of the players they buy are players that are already almost over age in most times, not in all cases though. Not like America. If you look at the way Inter Miami plays, you see that they have more of age people, and the young players they are not experienced. They are struggling, like not like the way they do it in Saudi League. Now, if Saudi is buying an aged person, they also buy a young person who is prolific and versatile, you understand, to back him up. So, but you can't use it to compare. The distance between Saudi League and MLS is far. Saudi League is way far ahead of the MLS. Not too far though, but because of what we are seeing in the Club World Cup, it shows a significant margin. And this is what Cristiano Ronaldo has been saying, you understand. But now, making it, making everybody look at it in this, and we are all seeing what is happening now. So we feel like, okay, so this is validating what Cristiano Ronaldo said about MLS and Saudi League. Let me know what you think about these two leagues. Let me know what but now, because when you look at the money that is currently being spent in Saudi League, is way out of what MLS are currently spending. So of course you expect something better. You expect the competition level to be, to be very, very high. You understand? Compared to MLS. Of course, MLS is also intense, but not as intense as Saudi League currently. And with this performance from Al Hilal, no. Of course, Al Hilal have a star-studded team. They have these players, top players playing there, and they are still physical, and they are still competitive, highly competitive. Like João Cancelo, João Neves, what's this former Chelsea player, Koulibaly. Just to name a few. I think okay, no, Yasin Bono from this former Spanish side. It's also there. So these are good players that are seemingly almost going out of age for football. You understand? And then, but this performance, kudos to them. Now, just like we are saying goodbye to most of those players going to those Saudi League, then we are also saying goodbye in Chelsea to our former goalkeeper. Now it's now called former goalkeeper, Kepa Arrizabalaga. With all due respect to Kepa Arrizabalaga, he has struggled. He has struggled in Chelsea, but there were times that he really did very, very good for Chelsea, especially in the area of saving those penalties that gave us some titles, and he's very dominant in that department. And then he has some decent period also, up until Lampard decided to bring Edouard Mendy. Prior to that time, he was struggling real bad, and then Edouard Mendy was his replacement. And then since Edouard Mendy came, I think he has been up and down up till he was loaned out and everything. I think part of the problem he also had was the price tag. It was hefty, you understand. And then the club were looking for a way to reduce some of those. So I think he had to go anyway. He had to go. He has also released a statement. Let me read what Kepa Arrizabalaga has, sent to Chelsea fans. Say, thank you, Chelsea. After 7 unforgettable years, the time has come to close a very special chapter in my life. Chelsea was my home, my family, and the place where I grew both as a footballer and as a person. I arrived full of dreams and I live with unforgettable memories. Titles like the Champions League, like I was saying, Europa League, UEFA Super Cup, Club World Cup, but above all, moments shared with incredible people and honor off the pitch. Thank you to the coaches, the staff, my teammates, and most of all to you, the fans. Wearing this badge has been an honor and a source of pride. Now a new chapter begins and I face it with the same passion and commitment as always. I live with a heart full of gratitude, with love and respect. Kepa Arrizabalaga. Yeah, well, Kepa, to our Felicianos, thank you, obrigado, and gracias for what you have done for Chelsea. Gracias. Now we need to be respecting some of these players. The effort they put in every day is not easy. It's not easy because, and then having to play through the pressure. He came in with the pressure. Why I said he came in with the pressure is because of his price tag as at the time he was brought, by Abramovich era. During Abramovich era, rather, it was heavy. And then it tends to weigh on these players, just like what we experienced with Caicedo, just like what we experienced with Enzo at a point. The price tag will weigh on you because now we are not expecting miracle from you, but that price tag put a pressure on you for you to deliver a 5-star performance match in, week out. So unfortunately for them, it always weighs down on them, but at the end of the day, most of them get to play through it, and the ones that cannot play through it get sold, get loaned, run out of contract. So kudos to him, because now why I'm deciding to talk about him is because now his time in Chelsea, we saw the impact based on the trophies that was won. It was significant, you understand. So now the same thing goes to Aspilicueta. I think he just retired. He just I think he just left Atletico Madrid. He just left Atletico Madrid. I'm not sure he's going to play, but of course, Spanish players don't give up that easy. They still like to play more. I don't want this video to be too long. I don't want this video, but I want to talk about some, João Pedro has passed his medical ahead of his 60 million move from Brighton. Now will be registered in Chelsea's Club World Cup. Now João Pedro gets to play in the Club World Cup. I think one of the reasons was because Brighton was not part of Club World Cup as against Borussia Dortmund for Gittins, because Gittins, I don't know if he has played. I have not watched any of Borussia Dortmund match, but Borussia Dortmund are currently playing in the Club World Cup. So I think he has his name registered as a Dortmund player. This is my knowledge. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. I think he got his name registered already. Automatically, he cannot withdraw. So I think since the competition is already on, he didn't get to play. So now that's the reason why João Pedro is going to play for Chelsea. Now, his impact in Brighton, I expect more when he's now coming to Chelsea. Now, but based on common knowledge, I'm not sure he's going to be wearing number 9. I think Delap is already doing that. So that means in most cases, he's not going to be playing centrally. Now, he's going to be playing from the left wing forward and driving to the 9. I think that is where he's going to be playing. And he's going to be in a stiff competition with serious players like Gittins. He's going to be in competition with Gittins. Neto is going to be in competition with himself also. And then, so it's very important that when you are buying most of these players, they understand what comes with it. This is the pressure that we are always talking about, that they need to play through. You understand? Noni Madueke remains a player who is on the list, and then we spoke about him, I think, few times. And then now, when you are looking at the way Chelsea buys player, of course, we know that some players got to go. We know they need to go, because now and then I read a news also from Maresca. Now let me read from Madueke from Fabrizio Romano. He said Noni Madueke remains one of the names on Arsenal shortlist. No bids or proposals so far. Arsenal discussed Noni Madueke internally this week as one of the potential options. No proposal or talks by any club yet. It's an open situation. Now, what do I think about this particular transfer? Now, because it's Arsenal, I don't feel it's going to happen. Let me know what you think in the comment section, but this is my opinion. This is my opinion. Arsenal talks too much about a player, they ended up not buying him. If Arsenal is going to buy this player, it's going to be exactly what they did with Kepa Arrizabalaga. We just saw the news with the price tag immediately, and then I think a day or two after, we saw Kepa already signed for Arsenal. That is how Arsenal operates. But anytime you see Arsenal go to the media, they talk about this player, start romancing different players, and his price tag is hefty. It takes time before that kind of player gets signed. You understand? They have been talking about Declan Rice for a very long time, and then now they did not have competition against any team to compete with them against Declan Rice. So it looks like Declan Rice is now the responsibility of Arsenal to be bought. You understand? Because this Arsenal team don't easily splash the cash. I am not convinced that Arsenal is going to buy Madueke for 50 million. I am not sure. And then the price tag that fits Madueke is that 50 million. Because now when you look at the players that are being sold, and then you look at how they play and everything, and compare it to Madueke, Madueke is obviously not doing very bad. But when you are playing in a team like Chelsea, you are seen beyond an average player. You are seen beyond an average player. That's one truth. So, because what is expected of you doesn't come with your price tag. So Madueke is not going to, I'm not sure the deal is going to happen. I'm not sure. I still see that Madueke will stay. He's not going to be loaned. Arsenal will not buy him. Arsenal don't, I understand, if you understand what I'm saying, please let me know in the comment section. But my feeling, my gut is telling me that Arsenal will not buy him. You understand? And then Chelsea will still stick with him. Of course, in that wing, we are having Esteban Willian, we are having Madueke, and we are having, we should have one more person there. Okay, Kopama can still play there. Kopama still plays there. Esteban Williams plays there. Yeah, I've already mentioned his name. So that is it. I feel like it's not going to happen. For you to keep enjoying our, different videos, kindly like and subscribe to our channel. We're going to be having important people come on this video in subsequent time. You know, this is pre-season, and before you know, the season will start, and then before that time, daily we drop these videos. So please kindly like and subscribe so that you'll be getting an update, and if possible, switch on your notification so that when it drops, you get notified that our video has dropped. So kindly do this, and then do enjoy your time, and thanks for having you around.